If you're new to the Island Strum, or if you've learned it and you struggle with a rhythm, then this video is for you. In this lesson, we're going to learn how to play the Island Strum using a three-part progression, breaking it down into separate practices, starting off with just the down strums and then adding in the up strums. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. For this lesson, I'll be playing my tenor with low G tuning. This is G, C, E, A tuning with a low G. Now you can follow along with high or low G tuning on a tenor, concert, or soprano. You can also follow along with a baritone. Just keep in mind that if you're using standard baritone tuning, then you'll be in a different key. We're going to use the song Leaving on a Jet Plane to learn the Island Strum in this lesson. So let's start by taking a look at our chord shapes for our three chords, G, C, and D. The three chords that we'll use in this song are G, C, and D. Now for G, we're going to place our middle and index fingers on the second fret of strings 1 and 3, and also our ring finger on the third fret of the second string. For our C chord, we're going to play the third fret of the first string. Now here you can use your pinky or your ring finger or even your middle finger, but I prefer to use my pinky for C because it frees up my other three fingers to transition more easily between C and G, and also between C and D. So for D, we're going to place our ring, middle, and index fingers on the second fret of strings 2, 3, and 4. Now that you've learned the chords, let's take a look at our Island Strum and break it down into a three-part practice progression. Now let's look at our practice progressions to build up to the Island Strum. First, here's what the full Island Strum pattern looks like on a C chord. So the first practice in this progression is to play only the down strums. We have three down strums on beats 1, 2, and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's apply this to the chord progression that repeats with every three lines of the song. This progression is G, C, G, C, G, C, D, D, and we'll play one pattern on each chord. So for each chord, we'll play three down strums. I'll count this out at a slow tempo, starting on G. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. As you practice each of these steps in the progression, it's always a good idea to use a metronome. This helps you to keep your rhythm steady. So I would suggest that you start off with a slow tempo, maybe 80 or 90 beats per minute. And once you're comfortable with this practice, using just the three down strums, then move on to the next practice. If you're enjoying this lesson, I would love to hear from you in the comments, and it really does help my channel if you give this video a thumbs up. Now you may be asking yourself, when can I apply the Island Strum to a song? And the answer is, you can apply it to almost any song that's in 2/4 time or in 4/4 time. So as you listen to a song, if you count the rhythm as 1, 2, 1, 2, or as 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, then try applying the Island Strum to that song. You may find that the Island Strum is a bit heavy sounding for some songs that are softer and require a more gentle strumming pattern, but it's never a bad idea to try it out and see if it fits. Now, the Island Strum will not work with songs that are in 3/4 time or 6/8 time. When you hear these songs, you'll count the rhythm as 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, or as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. For the second practice in this progression, we're going to add in the first up strum, which happens on the and after the second beat. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Counting this out in strums will look like this. Down, down, up, down, 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 up, down. Now a couple tips on your strumming. As you're moving back and forth between down strums and up strums, one is that you want your momentum to come from your wrist, as if you're flicking water off of your hand. So you don't want the movement to come from your arm, but rather your wrist movement. On the up strums, you may only catch the first 2 or 3 strings, and that's okay. It's not necessary to catch all 4 strings on the up strum, but if you can, then that's great, as you'll get an even fuller sound playing the entire chord. Now let's apply this practice to our chord progression that repeats every 3 lines, starting on G at a slow tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now once you're comfortable with the second practice in the progression, then you're ready to move into the full Island Strum. And for the full pattern, we have 2 more up strums to add in. So we're going to finish the pattern with up, down, up. So here's the full pattern played slowly. Down, down, up, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. The rhythm is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now let's apply our full Island Strum pattern to our repeating chord progression at a slow tempo, starting on G. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now as you practice this pattern and increase the speed, here's how this progression will sound at a faster tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I want to point out a couple things about this song before we move into our play along. We're going to repeat the chord progression that we've been using for every 3 lines of the song. There are 2 exceptions. The first is that we start on 2 D chords for our introduction. So here we'll play 2 full patterns on D. And then we'll move into verse 1 on our G chord. The other section that I want to highlight is the final line of the final chorus to end the song. Oh, babe, I hate to go. We start this line on our G chord. Then we go to C, then to D, and here's where this progression differs from the rest of the song. Instead of playing a second pattern on D, we're going to go to our C chord, slowing down the tempo, and then we'll end with an arpeggio on G. This is a broken chord played slowly so that each string rings out. Next, we're moving into our play along, where I'll play and sing through the entire song, and you can play along with me. If you're feeling ready, then you can play the full Island Strum along with me. But if you need a bit more time, then stick with the first or second practice progression until you're ready for the full Island Strum. 5, 6, 7, 8. All my bags are packed, ready to go. I'm standing here outside your door. I hate to wake you up to say goodbye, but the dawn is breaking, it's early morn. The taxi is waiting, he's blowing his horn. Already I'm so lonesome I could die. So kiss me and smile for me. Tell me that you'll wait for me. Hold me like you'll never let me go. 'Cause I'm leaving on a jet plane. Don't know when I'll be back again. Oh, babe, I hate to go. There's so many times I've let you down. So many times I've played around. I tell you now, they don't mean a thing. Every place I go, think of you. Every song I sing for you. When I come back, I'll bring your wedding ring. So kiss me and smile for me. Tell me that you'll wait for me. Hold me like you'll never let me go. 'Cause I'm leaving on a jet plane. Don't know when I'll be back again. Oh, babe, I hate to go. Now the time has come to leave you one more time. Let me kiss you, then close your eyes, and I'll be on my way. Dream about the days to come, when I won't have to leave alone. About the times I won't have to say. Kiss me and smile for me. Tell me that you'll wait for me. Hold me like you'll never let me go. 'Cause I'm leaving on a jet plane. Don't know when I'll be back again. Oh, babe, I hate to go. For more of my lessons for beginners, see see this playlist here. Have fun practicing, and thanks for watching.